Hello, and welcome to Popcorn News, something to watch while you eat popcorn. Do not try to comprehend it all, nay, just eat the popcorn.
A few weeks ago, Riverdale, Illinois was just another quiet small town. Then on that Saturday shortly after midnight, a living nightmare 48 hours later, in Washington, a hastily summoned UFO committee anxiously awaited to see a special screening of top-secret Army films. Delaying the proceedings was the late arrival of Senator Walter K. Powers.
All right, Garrett, let's go. Lights.
A ravine 6 miles south of the town of Riverdale, Illinois. 48 hours ago, discovery was made of a great cone-shaped object. The cone stands 50 feet high, has a base diameter of 50 feet. The nature of the cone, undetermined. Origin, unknown. Efforts made to determine the composition of the cone by Dr. Paul Kettering, principal scientist for Project Damper, have proven futile. The surface of the cone has a total resistance to pressure, heat, acid. Coincidental with the discovery of the cone is the brutal slaying of several of the town's leading citizens. Townspeople questioned provided stories of strange sightings on or about the time of the discovery of the cone. One report cited the appearance of a fiery horse-drawn chariot in the sky. All reports inconclusive. As of this report, the origin and the nature of the cone remain unknown.
Lights. Dan, call the hotel and tell them to pack our things. Then call the airport and charter a plane. We're heading for that little town of Riverdale. I want to see this thing firsthand. Garrett? Garrett, I'm going to poke so many holes in that spaceship fairy tale, the lid'll be off in 24 hours.
In Riverdale, it is found that the cone's interior is cyclic.
What's this?
What's it mean?
It means the tunnel is cyclic.
Is what?
The point of origin becomes the point of return.
I can do without the double talk. I don't like to push you, Kettering, but you science boys tend to get all wrapped up in your test tubes, and the obvious things escape your attention. I've got to have something to report. I want action, not theories. I want to know what's on the inside of that ship.
There is a confrontation between the local mayor and the powerful U.S. senator. Who controls the town? The feds or the locals?
You've been all this time, Mayor. I'm Walter K. Powers, down from Washington. I'm here to keep this spaceship business in check. Don't you think you picked a very poor time to absent yourself from office? Washington is not running this town. I am.
You do look kind of pale, Mayor Cameron.
I'm not sure you're welcome at this town anymore, Dr. Kettering. Now, hold on, Cameron. If I have to push my weight around, I will. Riverdale's not a republic. It's part of the USA. One telephone call from me and this town goes under martial law. Now, let's not make... Get out! All of you, get out! Powers, please wait.
Parasitic insects have arrived with the cone. They attach themselves to humans and control their minds.
Well, we know this is not an American project. This cone is a useless piece of junk. We're wasting our time here. So, it's come down to the parasites. What about it, Kettering?
Well, we can't handle it single-handed.
I didn't ask you. My job here is to help keep a damper on this thing. We don't want a nationwide panic in our hands. We got to keep this thing down to Russell. Now, just how much of a threat are they?
Well, some of this is fact and some of it is scientific hunch.
Give us a rundown and never mind pulling the punches.
All right. They're parasites. That means they need something or someone to live on. On their own, most parasites would die.
Well, they tried animals.
They can think. It shows the mayor. That shows they can think.
These things take over a man's mind. He becomes a A robot? A machine taking orders?
Except for one thing. It may not show on the outside. A victim may act normally.
Well, they haven't moved in on us in force yet.
It is decided to call in the National Guard. The people will be told, "Do not be alarmed. It is only a drill."
No matter. This calls for the state militia. I'll wire the governor.
What about the folks in town? They'll know something's up if you call in the militia.
You have a local radio station, don't you? I'll arrange for the radio station to make an announcement. We're having a civil defense drill. Nothing to get excited about, just routine.
One of those of the insect mind-controlled unleashes a creature in the bedroom of an innocent woman. The insect creatures are from deep inside the earth and dating from the Carboniferous era.
Get him to talk. You've got to.
Helsingman, are the parasites from the cone? What is the secret of the cone?
Carboniferous.
Carboniferous. Carboniferous age.
What's the Carboniferous age?
200 million years ago, the coal and oil forming period began. Geologists refer to it as the Carboniferous age. It was the age of insects. Giant dragonflies, 2 feet in wingspread. All kinds of insects, mammoth in size.
You mean the parasites come from the earth? They've survived in the earth all this time?
By now, even the telephone operators are under insect mind control.
Put me through to the governor's office in the state capitol.
Who shall I say is calling, sir?
Powers, Walter K. Powers. Put me through.
I'm sorry, sir. The lines are busy.
Well, keep trying.
I'll keep trying, sir. Operator? I'm sorry, sir. That line's are busy.
The governor should have called hours ago. There's no doubt in his mind as to the urgency of my wire.
Are you sure it was sent?
Positive, that is. Hello, operator? Connect me with the telegraph office.
I'm sorry, sir. That line is busy.
Well, how about my call to the state capitol?
I'm sorry, sir. That line is busy.
There's something funny going on here. Hello, operator? Connect me with the water commissioner's office.
I'm sorry, sir. That line is busy.
All right, operator. Thank you. Well, that does it. They've got communications tied up.
Well, Powers and Walker.
The scientists finally enter the cone itself and meet one of the leaders. Watch for Leonard Nimoy in this scene.
We'd better reload. We're going inside the cone right now.
young Cameron?
Went inside the cone.
What?
Come in, gentlemen. You have no choice. You may stop there.
There's no doubt. You're Professor Cole.
I was Professor Cole. What do you mean, you were? Now I hold a position of a much higher order.
I presume you're like the others. No will of your own. You take your orders from that thing on your back.
There is nothing on my back. That's what it tells you.
And these glass pillars. There's nothing in them, I suppose.
You speak directly to me. We are in complete harmony. We are inseparable. There is no conflict of purpose here as there is among mankind. We will not engage in combat, no violence of any kind. Why should we? When we can scatter quietly like seeds in the wind.
You mean spread like a disease, like some vile plague from the corruptions of the earth?
Our social order is pure, innocent. It has the exactitude of mathematics. We shall force upon man a life free from strife and turmoil. Ironic that man should obtain his long-sought utopia as a gift rather than as something earned.
You speak in riddles.
How many more are there in your world?
We that you see here are the founders. Though few in number, we shall organize man to aid us in bringing the others to the surface. It will take time. But we have learned patience in 200 million years.
We are not so well adjusted. We've reached the end of our patience. Your flesh and blood. Drop it. I said drop it!